this beautiful game of football. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rokan David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are and continue to obviously do the due diligence and give us and keep us updated about the latest news and information. You know, I've delayed for some time, but finally I'm here to bring you the latest news and information as far as your favorite team known as Arsenal is really concerned. When you look at these two teams, I don't remember the last time they went ahead to obviously play into what we call a friendly in a preseason. I don't recall when these two teams last played in a preseason friendly to obviously do the needful. But last season in the Premier League at Anfield they drew 1-1 and Arsenal beat them by 3-1. Leandro Trossard, Martinelli, and who scored the first goal? I don't recall, but it was 3-1 in favor of Arsenal, and I think it will give them a very huge goal to compete into that season. So this time round, they come into this game of football. I'm talking about Arsenal and Liverpool when they're really having different managers, right? They're having different managers, especially Liverpool. Arsenal is going to have to maintain its manager, but Liverpool has gone ahead to obviously change its manager. And we are having Sportsmore telling us that as many as 14 Liverpool players were involved in international duty at either the 2024 European Championships or Copa America, and majority of these stars are yet to return after reaching the knockout rounds, with only Andrew Robertson, Diego Jota, Sobasili and Jaros returning due to the group stage exits. That is it. But Diego Jota was part of Portugal, and I believe he really went ahead to continue. Curtis Jones is unlikely to feature in this one after being forced off with an injury in the friendly against Real Betis, meaning Anslot could potentially name a midfield of Wataru Endo in there for you. So Arsenal are not having Declan Rice, Aaron Ramsdale, Bukayo Saka, David Raya and William Saliba. Obviously, the man that has been on talk of town is Emily Smith-Rowe. Finally has gone ahead to find himself out of the club of Arsenal, and he's going to be really announced as a player of Fulham anytime from now. That's what we are being told right about now into the mix. So that's the team news that we're really having in through, and Liverpool are really waiting for other players to join them. But I believe in their absentia also, we are going to be having a very beautiful game of football to be played in between Liverpool and the side of Arsenal, and it's a friendly in a stadium that capacitated 67,594 people. That's where this game of football is really going to be played at, and Arsenal is really going to be doing the needful. And we anticipate a debut of Riccardo Calafiori, right? And let's obviously get into the predicted starting 11 for the side of Arsenal and see how they are going to stand according to us and what our minds are really telling us in here for you. The system 4-3-3 for Arsenal, one of the systems that Arteta is going to head to love and really keep. In the goal-keeping department, with Raya out and Ramsdale out, it's going to be Karl Hein. That is it. Karl Hein is going to come in through to make it in between the stitches for the club of Arsenal to obviously put in a very beautiful shift into that encounter as Arsenal takes on the side of Liverpool, right? Then right back, I think it's going to be none other than Benjamin White, as obviously admired by the manager, and he has shown us that he's his preferred right back at the club of Arsenal. And then the left back, Zinchenko started last time, but I believe we might see Riccardo Calafiori starting into that game as a left back for the club of Arsenal into the mix. That is it for the side of Arsenal, and Calafiori will obviously be taking on Mohamed Salah. Let's obviously get from this and get into the predicted starting 11 for Liverpool, and then go in for what we call the battles that we anticipate into this game. In the central defense, right-sided centre-back, I believe it's going to be Julian Timber maintaining the right-sided centre-back position, right? And on the left, is it going to be Haven? I believe it's going to be Gabriel Magalhaes, but I won't be shocked if at all Haven comes in through to obviously make a very huge start into that encounter of Liverpool versus Arsenal. Now, that is the back five that I believe Arteta is really going to be fielding, you know. But let's get into the CDM area. The CDM area, obviously, I believe that Thomas Partey has an edge to start ahead of Jorginho, because you all know how good Thomas Partey is and how everything is really doing the needful into the mix. So that is Liverpool versus Arsenal, and Thomas Partey is expected to play into the engine room for the side of Arsenal. And alongside him, I anticipate the other two midfielders to be Odegaard Martin, the captain, right, who is really a deadly guy when it comes obviously playing into that position. And then you can talk about Kai Havertz to play into that midfield three alongside Partey and Odegaard. That's how I believe Arteta is really going to look like tonight as Arsenal takes on the side of Liverpool down in Philadelphia. Then right forward, I was shocked that a player called Fabio Vieira never found himself starting into that position of the right forward. But today I believe he's really going to be given a chance to start. That is it. He's going to be given a chance to start into that position because he looked good when they're playing against Bournemouth, but I was shocked that he was not started when they're playing against Manchester United, a game where he had to prove to Mikel Arteta that you've gonna have to make the right decision to obviously turn me into a right winger. And that might be an indicator that they might not be interested in really moving him to be a right winger, and they want to keep him playing onto what we call that side of the midfield to compete with Martin Odegaard. That is it. But where will Nwaneri play? That is the huge question into the mix. Now, after that, we go to the left. Obviously, on the left, I see a man called Martinelli. I tell you, on the way Arteta loves Martinelli, the moment Martinelli came up and put in that shift, I tell you, there is no way Mikel Arteta is not going to give him a start. I will be shocked if at all Gabriel Martinelli won't be into the starting 11. Guys, this man is drunk in love with Martinelli and Bukayo Saka. That is it. You know, he really loves them, but I know why he loves them, because they give him exactly what his team really wants. You get? Especially into that attacking phase. You know, because Arsenal want to build the ball from the back and then use the pace of Martinelli and Bukayo Saka to obviously threaten the opponents. And that's what the plan is really going to be 100% for the side of Arsenal. So I expect Martinelli to play onto the left forward of Arsenal. Came off the bench and scored a very beautiful goal that most people are really talking about right now, and we anticipate that he's really going to come up and really put in a shift. So Gabriel Jesus, I expect him to lead the line, because Edin Ketia, Arsenal really in the negotiations with the side of Marseille, though Marseille is not really giving them the money they want. Arsenal wants in excess of 35 million euros, and Marseille is still making bids of 17 million euros, meaning that won't give them the best that they deserve as a side of Arsenal. And they're like, please, you cannot really undermine us to that level, because we believe we are having one of the best players that will obviously suit the style of the Zabi. So that is my predicted starting 11, and you can as well go into the comment section and tell me who do you want in and who do you want out of that predicted starting 11 to put in a very good show for the club of Arsenal as they take on Liverpool. Now, for Liverpool, we expect the following: Kahela in goal, then Bradley right back, he's really very exciting. Then left back, Smith-Cass, you know him very well, very good defender and good going forward. His progressive play is really one of the best. Then they will be having Van de Beek onto the left side of the center back, and then Quash will be playing into the right side of the central defense. Now, in the midfield, we are going to be having Endo, so Basilai, then Moton and Endo, so Basilai and Moton are really going to be playing into that midfield. Then Salah, right forward, Elliot left forward, and Diego Jota will lead the line, meaning that we might be having a forward line of Salah, Elliot, and Jota. That is it. So that's how Liverpool is expected to obviously line up. But when you look at Liverpool and you look at how Arsenal is really going to be looking into this game of football, you anticipate that Salah is going to be facing Riccardo Calafiori. And will Salah give Riccardo Calafiori what we call a welcome to the Premier League? Because however much this is the preseason, but two teams that are really best in the Premier League are really going to be battling one another. You understand? They're really going to be battling one another, and in so doing, they are some of those that are really ready to put in a shift and obviously do the needful to obviously get them the best that they deserve as a side of Liverpool. So Calafiori is going to be taking on Mohamed Salah, and by the way, that's one of the battles that you have to look at into this game because it's really going to be enticing for me to watch. Then Martinelli taking on Bradley, the youngster from Liverpool, who was going to show huge potential. But Martinelli showed you that when it comes to playing alongside young kids, he can really torment them. You remember what he did to, is it Santon for the club of Manchester United to score that only goal that they went ahead to get into the mix? You remember that very well. So it can obviously come to pass like that, and Martinelli can obviously send him back to the academy of Liverpool, but it's really going to be a highly heated up game. The midfield, Endo versus Thomas Partey. That's another battle that you're going to be enjoying onto this beautiful game of football, right? So that is it for the side of Arsenal and Liverpool. The other battle, Odegaard, Kai Havertz taking on Basilai and Elliot. Obviously another one to anticipate. Huge fight in there for you. But the manager might be wise and say, right, let me get in some little bit of budgetage because I'm not having McAllister to obviously go ahead and obviously stop such games from or such attacks from happening. So that is exactly what we are having right now onto this channel, and I'm gonna hit to see very many of you coming in through the needful. But I believe that Arsenal stand a better position to win this game of football because they're really having a much stronger squad than Liverpool. You know, Liverpool, they have to wait for McAllister, right? Darwin Núñez, Cody Gakpo. I think Virgil van Dijk is not yet here. Konate is also not yet here. Trent Alexander-Arnold is also not here. So I think Robertson is a little bit injured, but he might have gonna hit to be available into the mix. So that is it, and let's obviously get into your comments and see. But I'm giving Arsenal a win of 3-1 against Liverpool. In penalties, I don't know who will win, but in the full 90, I know Arsenal will take it to the next level and they'll win this beautiful game of football. Sendagire Ronald Aradi, thanks for the update. Where do you think would be the best position for Riccardo to fit in Arsenal starting 11? Left back, as I've gonna hit obviously show you. I think that's the best position that he can play in at the club of Arsenal. Though he can also play in the left side of the central defense, but I would prefer him to play as a left fullback. Manuel Okering, bro, at what time is this game? Just count 4 hours from now. 4 hours from now, that's when Arsenal is going to be tussling it out with Liverpool, right? You just have to count that. Then Jamil said, hey, Mr. Aradi, prediction is 3-2 in favor of Arsenal win, and let me see the strongest back in EPL. All right. You people are really excited about the back line because you know to it that this guy is going to bring a lot of flair and solidity into that central defense of Arsenal. And by the way, it's good to obviously feel happy for him because he told you that he's not going to come here and really tell you what he is about. For him, it's not all about talking. It's all about doing. You know, he believes in actions are better than words. When they asked him about his style of play, he said, no, I don't believe in that. I believe in what I do, and I know it's really going to take me to where I deserve to be. Kaiwa Ian, Coventry City, told Sporting Lisbon that they want 15% of the money sold for Victor Gyökeres if Arsenal or any team buys him. Yeah, there is that percentage, and that's what has going to obviously hold that hill back. And that's why even Sporting Lisbon is like, for us, if that sell-on clause was not there, we wouldn't have gone ahead obviously call for 100 million euros or 85 million pounds. But because it's there, we want that money. Stefan Arikosi, perfect presentation, Rokani, all right. Kaiwa Ian, Coventry City, told Sporting Lisbon, all right, think you have done that. Ram Podcast, thanks for the good work done, brother. Arsenal win by 2-1. Eyes should be on Nwaneri and Calafiori. Yeah, Nwaneri is going to have some good, decent displays, and I believe he might be some of those players that the manager might be thinking going to obviously start against Liverpool and prove him that he's really great. Having gone ahead to put up a show, sorry about that. Having gone ahead to put up a show as Arsenal beat Man United by 2-1, I think Nwaneri qualifies to start into this game of football. Dennis Oruru, Rokani, Saka, Rice, and Saliba will come back. I'm Dennis Monari from Kenya, watching you and my family. Mama Watoto, Jack. All right, yeah, they will come back, and they will come back. And by the way, at the start of next week, they are gonna be at Sobha Reality Training Center as they wait for Arsenal to obviously return from the US. Whoever will be in the US, he'll just be joining the club of Arsenal to start training there, and they'll travel back to London. Now, Moi Manemwa. Good evening, Mr. Aradi, watching you from Zambia. Thanks for the update. The lineup is okay, and Arsenal is winning by 2-1. All right. Ram Podcast. I would like to see Vieira progressing on the right wing and be given at least 70 minutes. I think he's a gem player. Thanks for the show. Yeah, he's a gem. He's a gem. I really love him. I love the player because of his composure, and his technique is really out of this world, and that's really great about the player. So for me, I just love him, and we're waiting to see how everything is really going to come out and really pan out to obviously take us to where we deserve to be into this beautiful game of football as Arsenal takes on Liverpool into the mix. Enoch Mutomwine, welcome, my dear. United is Red says hi. I'm a Manchester United fan. All right, thank you for obviously joining us here. Joseph Koroma Mina, The Time. United is Red, look for United Matters channel. That's where you're obviously gonna do the needful and really get United news. And from here, we're gonna be live from that side, all on that side. Then Joseph Koroma, The Time. I think the game it's gonna be played at 2:30, not so? Let me see. Liverpool versus Arsenal, 2:30. 2:30 is 2:30, guys. That time, count. Just count how many hours from now. Just count 3. It's 4 hours from now. The game will be kickstarting. And by the way, 3 hours from now, I'm gonna come back and redo a live stream, letting you know the starting 11 for the club of Arsenal. Right? Arsenal should sign Merino. All right, yeah, they are in for him. They're gonna have to agree personal terms. And now Arsenal wants to obviously go ahead and really do what we call the best negotiation with Real Sociedad to get them the player. Then Bavidia, Rachel, Aradni. I don't have anything much to watch in that game, maybe just to see how my new boy will perform. I think you have a lot to watch because the lineup might be totally changed. You get? The lineup might be totally changed this time around because of the arrival of Kai Havertz, Martinelli, Gabriel Magalhaes, then Riccardo Calafiori. The lineup might change totally. So there is need for you to watch the game. That is it. Don't say you might not need to watch the game. There is need for you to watch the game. Boji Richard, Arsenal news about Gyökeres gonna be coming up next. On which channel will that match be watched? I haven't gone ahead to be confirmed, but I told you guys, download an app called His Goal. Download an app called His Goal. You can watch any game there. Momba Mokombwe, Hello, Mr. Watching you from Zambia. When is Saka, Saliba, Rice coming back? Next week. Right? Next week, they're really going to be at the club of Arsenal. And I tell you what, Arsenal is going to be returning. And after this game, Arsenal will fly to London. Right? Arsenal will fly to London. And after flying to London, they'll prepare for Bayern Leverkusen. That is next Wednesday. And Lyon, that is next Sunday. That is Arsenal. I know the manager is going to give them a rest of like 2 days when they return, and they resume training on the weekend. And I tell you, the moment you see Arsenal resuming training, guess who is going to be with them? Saliba, Rice, Saka, Aaron Ramsdale. You get? All those players will join the club of Arsenal. Then Joseph called Homamina at the time. I've told you 4 hours from now. That's when the game of football will be really starting. And an hour to the game, I'll come here and obviously see me live. The moment you see me scheduling a live, you'll just get to know that it's just an hour to the game. Babidia Rachel, my problem, you can say 2:30 hours. That is it. You can convert it to where you are, 2:30 hours, that's the time. My problem always is United. As long as I beat United, the rest is history. No feelings, bro. All right. That's it. If at all you think beating United gives you happiness, then it's okay. But I believe you should be thinking beyond beating United. You should be thinking beating every team. You should think like your manager, who said that they want to obviously get 114 points, meaning that they want to win the all 38 games of the league. Then last time you gave me the app to watch the game, but it can't show the game. You never know how to operate it. That is it. What's wrong? What's going on with your team? What team are you talking about? Kariango Paul 2-2. All right, thank you. Fetus Gabriel, Arsenal to win 3-1. All right. Then Arsenal needs a new winger to help Bukayo Saka. All right, let's wait and see. They need him. They know it very well. That's why on the short list, Arsenal have gonna hit obviously show us they need more players, and one of those they need is a right winger, and Arsenal need him badly, and they want him there. Then Arsenal to win by 3-1. That is Gabriel. Then Ambrose Hayes. Hey, good evening, bro. I think Arsenal should look for a good forward. You're right, but I believe the forward should come in through later. But a right winger and a midfielder are really urgently needed at the club of Arsenal. Bro, I think Arsenal should look for a good, all right. Then Arsenal needs a new winger to help Bukayo Saka to compete, not to help, to compete, to set competition with Bukayo Saka. Like you see sometimes Trossard goes ahead, obviously hit the ground running, and Martinelli is benched. So they need that winger to come in through and obviously compete with Bukayo Saka. Then Aradi, thanks for the perfect presentations and updates. Do you think Zinchenko will stay? Too many defenders? He's going to stay. He's going to stay because Arsenal want to move on Jakub Kiwior fast. But I tell you, after this summer, next summer, Zinchenko is not surviving because Arsenal looking for another different player altogether to see to it that the minutes of Zinchenko will shrink, and hence he'll be like, I want to leave the club of Arsenal. That's what he will say. Jamil sorry about that. Jamil said, Mr. Aradi, I'm just waiting for the here we go for Merino, but let's snatch this game and we start the journey of winning. All right. So Merino is one of those players that has going to hit to agree personal terms with Arsenal. Arsenal exactly know what they need to obviously have this player in, and a lot is really happening. So they are into the mood, and they are pushing to make him their next signing after the guy called Riccardo Calafiori. So Arsenal is working hard to get him this guy as your new signing, and they're like, we should obviously have him on to do the needful. Then Wandera Wilson, Which Arsenal players are missing Liverpool match? Saliba, Rice, David Raya, Ramsdale, Saka. So those are really fit, but they're still on their holidays. Then the other players that are missing out onto the game because of injury are none other than Tomiyasu and Kian Tierney. Those are injured and they were left down in London. They never traveled with the club to the US. What else? How? All right. Then Napoleon, I want to see Calafiori in this game. Us not win by 2-1, unless otherwise Calafiori really gets injured, right? But if he doesn't get injured in the due course of the warm-up session, he'll either start or come off the bench to play in some minutes alongside his fellow Arsenal teammates. Then Ambrose, my heart is full of Arsenal. Oye from Uganda, all right. Munkombwe, hey, what's the name of the app again? His goal, HESGOAL. That is it. Though you have to click in a lot of ads to obviously see to it that it gets you to the game, right? You have to click into that game. You go to the phone, and when you look at his goal app, it's really very good, and it's all about you having data to watch those games. You get? So his goal app is really one of those that everyone needs to have, right? When you look at it, it's really great, and you go where there is live football, and you just have to click into those games, right? So I'm asking myself, why are these people really telling us that it's really hard for them to obviously come up and really do the needful? You understand? So the problem is they do have lots of ads, right? But you click those ads and then you'll obviously watch the beautiful game of football. But if you want a better view, you can as well log in. If at all you have a laptop, log in via your laptop and you can really get onto well. Then there is what's the name of the app again? All right, I've done that. Then Dennis, guys, I've told you his goal, HESGOAL. That is the app. Download it and you watch the game. Then Dennis Owuru Rokani, Thomas Partey is going. It's 50-50. It's not yet confirmed, but if we see a midfielder coming in, that means Arsenal will be like, we should let this guy go. You know, it can be that way, right? It can be that way, and it can give them the best of the thoughts that they really want in as a society and as a club. So I believe that he's really going to be leaving. That is Thomas Partey, and Thomas Partey will obviously be replaced. That is it. So the coming in of Mikel Merino might obviously pave way for the departure of the guy called Thomas Partey, but he wants to stay at the club of Arsenal because the team is going to start winning trophies, and he believes that he has a lot to do to help it really win more and more and more and more trophies. Then Boji Richard, thank you for presenting. All right. Sesai Suleiman Aradi, Arsenal 3, Liverpool 1, right? Fred, we are waiting for the match. All right, we are two here waiting for the match. Same from Bayern to Arsenal. Sending from Arsenal to Bayern, is it possible? I find it hard for Arsenal to do such a deal, by the way, but never say never in the transfer window. It can really happen, and I'm going to see some people linking him to the club of Arsenal already, you get? So it can really happen, and it can really yield some results for the club of Arsenal. So guys, your thoughts onto guys, let me write the app into the comment section. That's the app. I've posted the app in the comment section. Now don't ask me again that what's the app. Remember guys, we are powered by Mono Watch, right? And Mono Watch, it's not Mono Watch, Mono Gadgets. Mono Gadgets are really Mono Gadgets are dealers into phones and laptops, brand new ones, even if you want used from UK and the side of you want used ones from the side of UK, used phones and used laptops, call them on +256 70 99 88 665. All else, go to TikTok, search for Mono Gadgets. After searching for Mono Gadgets, you'll obviously get the best that you really deserve as a client from that side. So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. Rokani David is my name, and I think it is really coming to the start of the end of this. I'm having, at what time? 0230 hours. That is 230 hours. Convert it to where you are, then you'll obviously get the needful. But right now, we are 3 hours and let me see, 13. 3 hours and 43 minutes. 2. You get 3 hours and 43 minutes to the game. So guys, for everyone who has been part of this video, that has been what I had for you in here. I'm returning with the recording, and then later we are going to be coming up to do the needful in what we call the match day live, as I bring you the confirmed starting 11 for the side of Arsenal and Liverpool. I sign out for now. See you later. But my prediction is